Hello YouTube. I think this is shooting video. I'm not even entirely sure what aspect ratio it's shooting in. The setting is called full. So I had a very eventful trip to the laundromat, and right now I got about another 12 minutes until my laundry is finished. So I figured I'd come out and shoot another video since I'm been in overshare mode for weeks. So the place is called Coinless Laundry. There was one of these in Tempe, and I visited it once, and I just, I'm not going to say I dislike the one in Tempe, but I just found it a little overwhelming. And then I started going to this laundromat that was about the same distance, but a little bit farther, but it was south. The Coinless Laundry near my apartment in Tempe was at Rural and Broadway. I lived about Mill and Broadway. And just south of Southern on Mill was a laundromat. I forget what it was called, like Laundry World, I think. And it was comparable to Econo Wash, which has kind of been my laundromat of choice since I've been living here in Arcadia. Although most of the time, I didn't start using that until, of course, I was driving. But most of the time, I just used the laundry room in the apartment complex I lived in. But yeah, it's kind of the reason I'm here is the same reason I didn't use the laundry in the apartment I live in now. There is a laundry room there, but there's not very many machines, so a lot of times you have to wait for a machine. And then they just keep raising the price on it. At this point, it's I forget what it is, but it's a lot more expensive than going to Econo Wash. And that was kind of the deal as well with back at Tempe Broadmill Apartments. It ended up being a whole lot cheaper going to Laundry World. And they used to have a deal at Laundry World where if you went at a certain time, and I forget when it was pretty late at night, the dryers were free. So being able to drive for free, that was a perk. So I'm at the corner of 36th Street and McDowell. There was a shooting here yesterday. I don't know the whole details of it, but I saw it on R Phoenix on Reddit. Just somebody that drove by the neighborhood, and it was all the streets are closed, and the crime tape was up, and a lot of cops, and people were asking, hey, what's going down at 36th Street and McDowell? And then somebody else was, anyway, the conversation I thought was funny. I'm almost to the point of wanting to talk to one of the mods and say, hey, can I be unbanned in here? What exactly did I say that y'all interpreted as racist? Because come on now. I live with a black woman, for God's sake, and a DJ at a black club. So what's and do y'all even know what race I am? Why are you making assumptions? Maybe I can convince them I'm black. Anyway, hey, look, it's the building I was married in. I totally forgot that that's here. That's just an empty building now, but it used to be Channel 21's studios. That's kind of neat. I don't come down to this corner very often. I've actually got a really good friend that lives in apartments just south of here. Kind of forgot about that. I should really text her. The last time I talked to her, I was in I think she had texted me, and I didn't have her number saved in my phone. I don't recall why, and when she said who it was, I was just I was in super doom and gloom mode, which I've been in a lot of the last several months. And I should really just get a hold of her and let her know that things are getting better in my world, somewhat. And they really are getting better. The biggest thing is that the job at Amazon, that pays enough to actually start my stuff around. But in spite of last week's frustration, I still feel things are going well at Bullock's. In fact, the owner called me yesterday afternoon, asked me to come in an hour early, kind of gave me a rundown of stuff going on. He's like, well, there's going to be a anniversary party and also a birthday party. I'm like, Jim, there's been a birthday party at my show every Thursday for the last month now. And he goes, really? He goes, yeah, Thursdays are booming, thank you. So I'm glad he's at least giving me some credit to it. In fact, I was so frustrated last week. I was telling Sean's wife, the main bartender's wife, that I was frustrated and ready to quit. And she's like, "Oh, please don't do that." It's like you're the reason. This is the busiest weeknight by far. Because sometimes it's busier on Thursdays than it is on a Friday or Saturday. Because there's a reason people come, and it's mostly you. So, and I don't know if that's true or she's trying to make me feel better, but it definitely did make me feel better. But hearing it from the owner of the bar, that felt good yesterday. Of course, he also asked me, he's like, "Hey, they're probably going to ask to say some things on the microphone. Just give them mic, okay?" And I think he knows that my general response to somebody asking for the mic is nope. you can say a little something when I hand it to you to sing, but like that's yeah, generally that's a no. But generally, someone wanting to get on the mic is just going to talk a whole bunch of shit. And the last thing I want is some rando freestyler. And yeah, let's just say in the demographic that's at that bar, that happens, and that's bad. And I do my damnedest to make sure that it doesn't happen in my show. So, I didn't say the date and time, and I don't know how to check it on this phone, but I got my iPhone right here in front of me. It's 1:42, February 14th, Monday, 2022. It's Valentine's Day. I'm thinking maybe I should get Priscilla something. As generally frustrated as I am with her, she was really sweet when I was heading out the door to Target. So, and maybe I should be more sympathetic towards what she's going through, because it's easy. It's really hard, when she's like, "Well, I just don't feel turned on at all. I don't have any sexual desire at all." It's hard for me as a guy not to take that personally. And it's easy for me as a guy to say, "You know what, just fake it." Just fucking fake it. do like a normal girlfriend. Just fake it. Just roll over, fake it. Can you do that for me? Because dang it, I got a bad case of the blue balls here. Help me out. But yeah, I don't know what she's going through. I mean, I do know what she's going through. It's menopause. So, but as far as what that experience is, I don't know. I mean, probably the best connection I have to that is, I remember, it's probably been about 10, 15 years ago, but I remember my mom telling me about hot flashes, but, obviously my mom's not sharing stories of sexual desire with me, thank God. But yeah, the only thing I particularly remember her mentioning is hot flashes. So in case you're wondering why the video looks better, I'm going to assume the video looks better, or why it's in a different aspect ratio, and I believe I'm shooting in 1080p. I did mess around with the settings, is I acquired another phone on the way to the laundromat. And where am I going? Nowhere. I'm just wandering aimlessly. I'm not doing this in a crowded laundromat. That would be even weirder than me walking around the parking lot, which is pretty weird in and of itself. I'm not, it was right on top of my mind. I looked at it before I started this video. I was going to mention it right from the get-go, and I didn't, and now I forget. But it's a fairly recent Samsung Galaxy, but I think it's like one of the budget Samsung Galaxy, so it's not like a, Galaxy S or whatever. I think it's a Samsung Galaxy A09s. I'm probably wrong. I forget the model. And there's a case on the phone, so I don't know if it says on the back of the phone what it is or not. There's a really hideously ugly protective case on it. It's like a aqua green kind of color. I don't like it at all, but I'm probably going to leave it on it just because yeah, it's on it. I paid $10 for it. It does not have a SIM card. It's got a couple of cracks on the screen, but they're pretty minor. There were two people sitting on the bus, sitting on the bus waiting for the bench at 48th Street and McDowell that I joined when I was waiting for the 17. And they were having a pretty deep conversation about trying to get back on your feet and what they're doing. And I'm not sure if the guy was homeless or not. I think the guy's living in some kind of transitionary sort of living situation. But enough about him. The I think I just saw my baby mama. I'm hoping that's wrong. Sorry, that just popped my brain. I can't see her ever working at a Subway. What am I saying? Elise, work. That's funny. Oh, damn, that place burned down. I'll play with the zoom. It's got an impressive zoom on it. It's kind of nice to be able to use the zoom and have it not make the phone freeze up. You know, my Android experience for the last, 6 months has just been those two god-awful Obama phones. And I know this is a more budget-esque phone. It's on Metro PCS. Set up for Metro PCS. I don't know if it's unlockable or whatever. I might put my SIM card from True Connect in it, because that should be coming any day. Or I might just use it as a Wi-Fi device. Right now I'm using it just as a device. And I haven't connected it to Wi-Fi yet. There's no Wi-Fi at this laundromat, unfortunately. But nope, it's not her, but the resemblance is uncanny. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, for a while, I'll probably just use it like I used the my Note 5 that was stolen from me at the Wander Inn a couple months ago, and just use it as something to shoot video on and use via Wi-Fi. I mean, I'd certainly have a need for that. But yeah, the woman, I'm pretty sure she's homeless. She's going through some tough times, trying to get herself on her feet. And she sold them to me for $10. I feel a little guilty. I feel like I really took advantage of her buying this from her for $10. But hey, she's the one that made the offer. And she seemed really happy to get a $10 bill of cash. And I'm really happy to have another device that I can film vlogs on. Anyway, it's 12 minutes into this video, so I would imagine by now my laundry is done in the washer and ready to be moved to the dryer.